Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Before starting my video, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do, and do not forget to turn on notifications as I'm sharing everyday great content for you. Alright, in this video we will cover the explanation CSHTML file, how can we create a new view. We will talk a little bit about Razor technology, and we will talk about we folder structure a little bit more deeply, and the main subject is data transfer methods, guy. Okay, before lesson I create a new controller which is named data transfer controller, and I create an action result with a name get all, and I create a dummy data to make the video a little bit shorter, and I took some notes to remember what I'm going to talk about. And let me have a look. Okay, let me close my regions. Okay, let's start. Alright guys, so what is a CSHTML files? Everybody, I assume, know the HTML files. It doesn't matter what kind of programming language you are using, HTML files is a universal file, and you can use those files all type of coding language, right? But what if when it comes to CSHTML file, this is just for ASP.NET Core language, guys. I mean technology. So you can't use this CSHTML file for another language or another technology. Why I'm saying like that? Because you can basically say the HTML of the HTML, the CS of the C#. So these CS HTML files, let me open one of them using a Razor technology. As you can see, we are using @ symbol and curly brackets to use our CS HTML codes. Like if I would like to add a for loop, I can add it here. As you can see, we able to use our C# coding language in our HTML files. That's why we calling this CSHTML. It's a special file extension that we are using for our UI in C#. Alright, let's get back our files. I assume you understand the meaning of CSHTML file. Okay, then we need to create views. Previous lesson I create a couple of times view, but I made it quickly and I didn't teach you the tricks and the what type of views can we able to create. Let's create a new view and I'll show you every detail about that. Okay, to create a view you can click any place of your action, or I always select the name of action and right click on it and add view. As you can see, we have two type Razor view able to add. One of is empty, the other one normal one. Okay, let's create the empty one first. Okay, if you create an empty one, it is asking you a name of view, so we're going to type the get all because we are using this action method. Okay, as you can see, the data transfer folder created automatically related to controller name, and get all CSHTML file is added here. Alright, so this is an empty file and we don't have any edit shared folder, but the thing is this is a view and it is connected with a view start, and it is going to run our layout. Where is the layout? Layout CSHTML file automatically. Let's run and see the result. Where is my... Yep, view in browser. Right click on it and view in browser and see the empty page. How it's going to look like. I'm waiting. Alright, as you can see, this is the page is empty, but we see it needs to start home and privacy navbar top of our page. Okay, so it means even if it's an empty page, it is linked to the view start CSHTML file if you create an empty view, empty rows pages. Okay, now I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to create another type of view, which is clicking browser view. Okay, let's select it. Once we select the browser view, we have another window, and it is asking us, do we want to use a template? This is the main reason we are using. This is not the main reason, but it is asking us anyway do we want us to use a template? Okay, the name of the action method comes automatically as a view name. And if you would like to add a template like create, delete, details, edit, or listing, you can select, for example, let's select the list one, and it is asking us a model, which kind of model we would like to use. For example, in this action method, in this fake data, we use product, right? So we can select, where is the product? Yeah, we can select this product entity for model class. All right. Once we edit, let's edit and see the result. And it's going to create automatically our tables and everything in this template, and it's ready to use. But you need to adjust a little bit something. Okay, as you can see, our entity added here as a model, and the table has been created, and the data brought it here with a for each loop. But my personal experience, I'm never suggested you to use this template. I always create empty views, and I fill my own codes because when it comes to, for example, I'm not going to use a HTML helper. I'm going to show you the future lesson what the HTML helper, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to much more using talk helper. They are much more useful if you compare with the HTML helpers. Okay, so I just would like to show you how we create a view using with the template. So I'm going to delete it again. Data transfer, let's delete it. All right, let's add view again. By the way, this empty one I'm using according to my experience. I'm if I would like to create a view component, which the video is going to be future time, I'm using the empty one. The rest of them I'm always using browser view, and I'm selecting empty without model. Why I'm using this one? Because there is an options here. And the name comes automatically. I'm a lazy person. I don't like to type the name again and again. Okay. If you would like to use a layout page, you can have a couple of more layout view pages. So you can select the destination, your layout page from here. Alright. And in the circumstances, we have this one. If you didn't empty one, okay, um, this is going to be set at view start, and view start redirect us the layout CSHTML file anyway. So you can select manually your layout page as well. Alright, let's edit now and see the view. Most of the time I'm using this section, this type of adding model. As you can see, this is our um, view for getAllAction method. Alright, I'm gonna keep it now because I'm gonna use it, but I'm going to show you another I'm going to show you another adding view types. Browser view again. Alright, as you can see, there is a create as a partial view. If you create this section, alright, if you create this section, and if you create add, okay, I'm going to add, but we're going to get error because we already add a CSHTML file. Let me delete it first. We can create again. Let me show you the partial view as well. Okay, right click on it, add view, raster view, add, create a partial view. Once you create a partial view, you're not able to use a layout page because this is a section in your view, not the whole page. Okay, let's click edit. Okay, now as you can see, this is the same as the empty Raspberry page, but the difference is this is not linked to view start CSHTML file. This is totally empty view page, and you can use this as a partial view in your project. And I'm going to show you how we can add a partial view for another view. All I want you to know how we can create a partial view as a physically as a CSHTML file. Okay, let's delete this file as well. Now we're going to go through, create a normal empty CSHTML file. Now we're going to use it. Alright, I will talk about a little bit Razor technology. What is that Razor technology? It At the beginning of my lesson, I talked about we are able to use CSHTML codes in our HTML files. Okay, for example, let's say var test new list of integer, right? So let's test dot add one. For example, this is a basic simple C# code, right? So we able to use that code in our HTML file, in our CSHTML file. We call that Razor technology. All right. This is all you need to know is that's why if I say a Razor technology, I meant uh, I'm talking about using C# codes in our CSHTML files. Okay, now I'm going to delete it. Let's go back our controller view folder structure. All right. Once you create a view, it automatically comes to the under the view folder and related controller name folder and the view created with the action name. If you select the normal Razor at Razor page, it comes automatically. But if you select the empty one, you have to type it manually. All right. I guess I covered all titles here. Let's go through it how we can um, transfer our data to our view. Our previous lesson, I always used the model type. Let's do it again one more time quickly. I assume you already know how to do it. As you can see, we have a product list here, and I created a new product list, and I add some fake data, and I'm going to pass this data to my view using model. Right. Let's right click on it. Let's go to the view. This is the quickest way to go to your view. Okay. Add model. We're using model keyword to add a model. Okay. So we're going to add a list, which is going to be a product. As you can see, it seems an error, right? There is some red lines around my model. Just type control dot and namespace comes up automatically, and we are using keyword, we add our namespace, and we're not able to use our list product. Why I type here list product? Because I passed product list, which is list product. Perfect. Alright guys, let's delete this section. Okay, I'm going to type a listing here. I'm going to use a for each. This is how I'm using, by the way, as you can see, browser pages. Okay, for each var product. So the collection comes from my model, right? To use that, we're going to bring here model property, as you can see here. Perfect. All right, now let's add some list here. Product. Oops. Pro. Obviously, we need to use at product dot title. Let's bring the all titles. Perfect. Let's run our application and see the results. Let's go data transfer. Is that correct? Data transfer. Yep. Get all. Perfect. As you can see, TV, USB, and a phone in our view page. Alright, let's close it now. I assume you already know it. Okay, this is how we're using our model. Let's continue with the ViewBag. Alright guys, to use ViewBag, now I'm going to make this section command line. Actually, I'm going to add the return here. Return view, which is going to be empty one. I'm not going to use it anymore. Perfect. Let's use a ViewBag. What's this ViewBag? Let's type here ViewBag. It's a property. Okay. Let's come your cursor on it. As you can see, this is a dynamic type. What is that dynamic type? It means once you assign a data to your ViewBag, it is, how can I say, the application, um, make the correct type at runtime. Once you click to run the application, then ViewBag convert to your product, convert your object to related product list. Okay. Let's say product list. This is a name. You can give any name you want. For example, like this one. Okay. So this name assigned by your product list. Okay. Let's say a meaningful name. Product list and product list. Now what's happening? This ViewBag take your product list, alright, as a dynamic object and send it to your view. Let's go to our view. How we able to use it? Okay, let's copy, but before that, let's type is, no, I'm not gonna use it anymore actually. Let's make a command line and copy, paste it on command. Perfect. There's something wrong here. Yep. Alright, perfect. I guess it's done. Alright, now I'm not going to use my model. Alright, I can remove the model. I'm not going to use any more model. I'm going to use ViewBag. Alright, as you can see, ViewBag here. I'm able to use it quickly because I still using this @ sign. If I would like the outside of the my for each, I need to use again @ sign to use my CSharp command. Okay, ViewBag dot, we need to type the name exactly, product list. Alright, now we need to type title again, but we can't do this. Why? Because this product list, as I told you before, become a product list on runtime, but we can define this. If we know this is a product, we can define it before the runtime using as operator. As list product. Okay, so we need to use namespace again. All right, so it is telling us it can be null, but if we know it is not null, we can use this, not that one. Let me have a look. Which one? Use this one. Nah, okay, leave it like that. It's not important. Okay, now we able to use our, as you can see, title, stock level, and the other properties. All right. Let's type here #5 view back, and let's see the results. But I'm not gonna use right click on this view and view in browser. It's much more quicker, and I'm not gonna use any debug. As you can see, this is our VBAC. Perfect. It is working. I assume you understand how we are using VBAC. Let's go back. There is a small symbol. Let's delete it. Okay. Let's continue with the where is the other one? Yeah, weave data. Okay. Let's open the weave data and let's add a weave data. Weave data. All right. So what is that weave data, guys? As you can see, let's have a look quickly. Okay, first of all, let's create our weave data. To use that, we assign an indexer. All right. So you're going to give a string name. You can give any name you want. I'm going to give products. Okay. And you're going to assign the product list again. Let's have a look to weave data. Where is the explanation? Controller, get set, concept. Okay. I'm going to show you something, but first I need to delete it. Once you a sharp bracket, as you can see, it is making object. The result is going to be object. So this weave data, take your product list, convert it to the object, and after send it to your weave. So it is making boxing. All right, it is making boxing. Perfect. Let's edit. Okay, let's go back our weave now. I'm going to copy this section. Let's make it weave data. Perfect. Now I'm going to call weave data here. Weave data, and the name is products. Perfect. So we're going to convert it to this product again to call the properties, to able to reach the properties. Okay. Let's weave in browser now. As you can see, this is VBAC, weave data. So the difference between VBAC and weave data, it is running on the runtime. It is making boxing and unboxing to your object. This is the difference between VBAC and weave data. Okay, let's continue with the temp data, guys. Okay, this is a little bit tricky, but let's go step by step. Everything is the same until I say this is not the same. Okay, this is a temp data. We're going to same name. We're going to product list. Everything is same. Okay, but you're going to ask me what is the difference. I'm going to tell you the difference a couple of minutes later, but let's see the results first. Okay, we only type temp data instead of weave data. All right, let's run our application again. As you can see, oops, it's view data. Let's change it to temp data. Yep, temp data. All right. Run again. As you can see, view data, temp data. So you're going to ask me why, what is the difference between view data and temp data? All right, let's talk about the difference between these two. All right, guys. Normally, we used all these data transfer methods in one action. What if you would like to send these data to another action? You can't use model viewback and viewData. Only method you have to send the data to another action is temp data. Alright, let's create another action now. Let's say public iAction result. Let's say temp data example. Alright, perfect. Return view. Alright. Now let's okay, keep it like that. I'm going to add a new temp data here. I'm just thinking, okay, to use this temp data, we're going to use redirect the action instead of return view. Return redirect to action. Okay, so I want my application redirect me to temp data example. All right, let me explain this redirect to action. What does that mean? As you can see, while a code running, it's flowing from up to down. When it comes to the return view section, I don't want my action, um, I don't want my action return me to a view. I want it to redirect me to another action. That's why I'm using this method. And I'm giving an action name. And you can also give your controller name if you want. Okay. For example, let's say data transfer. Okay. So you can send your data, you can use your redirecting action to another controller as well. All right. For the future lesson, we're going to select another area as well, but it's going to be a little bit complex. Let's leave it like that for now. Okay. So now we're going to send our temp data to another action. Let's take this data here. For example, var data. Let's bring all data to here and see are we going to get all data. Okay, data 1 viewback dot, what was the name, product list. Okay, var data, this is view data. Let's take this view data here. Perfect. Now I'm going to bring the temp data here. Okay, data 3. Oops, sorry. Data 3. Now I'm not going to create another view. It's going to take too much time. I'm going to put a breakpoint here. Now here. Okay, and I'm going to see the results from my screen. All right. Is there any? Let me check a little bit more. Okay, it seems everything is all right. Now I'm going to run my application with the debug mode. Let's go data transfer to get all. We get an error message. Perfect. I was expecting to get this message. As you can see, our temp data cannot serialize. So what does that mean? Let's go back, stop the application. As you can see, we sent our product list, which is a complex data, and we are allowed only string content from one action to another action. We only allow the string. So how we can send just a string? I mean, how can send a complex um, object while we allowed use just a string? We are using JSON serialized method. But before that, I would like to add something basic things. Test, for example. Also, you can type integer as well. It's going to be converted as if I remember correct. Okay, let's try to an integer and see is it going to work. Okay, let's run the application one more time and let's see the result. Is it I don't remember, is it going to convert automatically string? Alright, perfect. As you can see, data 1 is null, data 2 null comes from with data, and data 3 is 5555. I remember correct. It doesn't matter integer or string or whatever. It converts automatically to a string and send it to another object. I can say this is a simple object, so we're able to send it to another action. But what we're gonna do if it's complex, just before we're trying to send this product, we need to use JSON serialize then. Okay, let's stop. All we need to do is let's leave it like that. Okay, JSON dot serialize. JSON is the JSON convert. Let me have a look. JSON convert, I guess. Serialize object or just serialize. Serialize object product list. All right. Let's assign this JSON data. Okay, let's assign this JSON data to Tempdata products. Now let's check the results. Alright, let's check the results. Then I'm going to add one more thing because we need to deserialize it when we receive the object, but I would like to see what we get in our hands right now. Okay, data transfer gets all. As you can see, first and second is null again. The third one is we have a result. Let's have a look with JSON visualization. As you can see, ID, title, stack status, we received all the data, but they are in JSON format. We need to convert them to our list product, right? Let's close it, stop it, and to do that, for product list, all right, JSON convert this serialize object, which is going to be list product. This is the type of what we want, and the data 3 we would like to convert data 3, and let me have a look. What are those? Okay, so we have, it seems we have a problem. Why we have a problem here? Because this is object, right? And this serialized object is looking for a string value, but we sent an object, so we need to convert this to string. So now it's all right. Just a reference, null reference warning. Okay, let's run the application and see the result. Not get product, sorry, data transfer get all. This is the product list. As you can see, we received our products. ID, stock, last stock, status, and title. Perfect. I assume you understand all those subjects. Let me have a look. Is there anything I missed? I guess I cover everything in this section. It become a long lesson, guys, but I don't want to interrupt. I'm going to make these sections down the video. You're able to see uh, each subject quickly. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. I will be really appreciate if you like the video, and if you have any question, do not forget to drop the comment below the video. Take care of yourself. See you on the next lesson, guys. Bye bye.